The real reason why Phillip Schofield was not questioned over his alleged affair with a young runner for the independent ITV probe by Jane Mulcahy KC has been revealed. Do we believe it though? Well, let's take a look. A source close to Schofield said, "Phil is in an extremely dark place right now and needs all the support he can get. He is unbelievably bruised and broken from these past 6 months, and was in no state to be interrogated. That is the sole reason he did not contribute to the inquiry. There was no ulterior motive." Well, that's funny, because he looked on perfect form during his swanky night out to the Little Bird restaurant in Chiswick with Vanessa Feltz, didn't he? He also looked on fine form as he frequented his local boozer. But who are we to judge? Perhaps old Schofield just wasn't down for being interrogated and taking accountability for his actions. In June, it was reported that Phillip was receiving counseling funded by ITV after his affair with a young male This Morning colleague was exposed. At the time, following claims that ITV bosses covered up the affair that everyone knew about, ITV boss Dame Carolyn McCall appeared in a parliamentary committee to answer questions about the broadcaster's approach to safeguarding and complaint handling. During the discussion, Carolyn said that she had been in contact with Phillip and was deeply concerned for his welfare following his downfall from grace. She also stated that Schofield was receiving counseling to cope with the trauma of losing his career and having his affair exposed. A TV source said, "The executives know they have a duty of care to their employees, especially as the spotlight has been on them during the public scandal. They have told everyone that counseling is available if they want it." However, shockingly, it then transpired that ITV allegedly refused to pay for Phillip Schofield's former lover to have private therapy. Phillip was said to have been offered a private therapy package, but according to a source, when the younger man, the runner who worked with the 61-year-old star, asked for the same help, he was refused. The source said, ITV appear to be slightly hypocritical in their approach to Phil and the runner, who they now call Person X. Phil was told ITV would pay for any therapy, but Person X has said that he was only offered ITV's basic package, which he turned down. It seems pretty dismal in light of what has gone on that they wouldn't offer to pay for a private package. ITV said, "We are offering duty of care support to both Phillip Schofield and Person X." At the time, Phillip said he had yet to take up the private therapy offer, yet 3 months later in September, it was reported that the This Morning presenter spent much of his time taking long solo walks, fixing things around the home of his estranged wife Stephanie Lowe and attending weekly therapy sessions. On the other hand, the poor young runner who was shunted off to the solicitor's office at the first sign of trouble, allegedly paid for by none other than Schofield, we might add, has barely gotten a mention since. How is he doing? Where is he? Is he okay? Nobody seems to care. The young fellow apparently decided not to cooperate with the ITV probe, as he wanted to move on with his life. Was that his decision, or was it made for him? We may never find out. And now, following the disappointing results of the independent inquiry, a reputational damage expert has appeared from nowhere to argue that ITV was one of the decisive factors in Schofield's downfall. PR and reputation management expert Edward Coram James, from Go Up, believes that ITV and best pal Holly threw Phillip under the bus. In earlier reports, Ed had said that Holly admitting on national TV that she had been left, shaken, troubled, let down and worried amid the scandal, didn't help Phillip at all. He continued, "You only have to look at the fallout from the Schofield saga and the double standards in terms of society's response to, say, Hugh Edwards, to see that Schofield had every reason to fear the potential for unfair and inflated scrutiny of his private life. He was also a well-loved and famous television personality, and thus even more open to unbalanced criticism. Most ordinary folk would have lied about having an affair, and he had much more to lose in his affair than most ordinary folk. He was abandoned and thrown under the bus by his protege and friend, Willoughby, abandoned by his employers, fired by the talent agency that he had remained loyal to. Was the affair inappropriate? Yes. Affairs are always inappropriate. Aside from his wife, his younger colleague and himself, was it anyone else's business? In my opinion, absolutely not." Speaking of the immediate response from ITV and others, Ed claimed, "They panicked and released erratic and ill-considered statements that fanned the flames of confusion, allowing rumor and gossip to take hold and the media and social media to own the narrative. His inner circle deserted him, and indeed threw him under the bus. I don't believe that, from a crisis comms point of view, there was any good reason for Willoughby not to close ranks around her old friend and mentor. Doing so would have had a cooling effect. He added, ITV and Willoughby's handling of the Schofield saga was, in my opinion, the decisive factor in his downfall. Well, Holly Willoughby did eventually get her comeuppance in the end, we guess. No longer front and center of daytime TV, recovering from a plot to kidnap her and brands such as Marks and Spencer and L'Oreal deserting her. It can't really get any worse for the former Queen Bee, can it? At the end of the day, when all is said and done, perhaps that's what you call karma. Please like and subscribe for more journeys through the Blinkerhole. For entertainment purposes only. Keep up to date with our latest investigations and hit the join button. If you like what we do, send us a super thanks. Official Blinkerhole merchandise is available in store.